Hey guys, welcome back to Homeroom with Mr. and Mrs. James. You might see some small changes or some really big changes to the pod as we kind of continue to learn and figure out this space. We're trying to update and make the viewing experience honestly better for everyone. And so you might see that we're in a different position than we were, a different part of the house, but like this is us. We want to be as authentic and as real as possible, which is who we are, and it's who we try to be in life. And so we don't want to take that away from the episodes that we filmed. So you're going to see some things that might look a little rough around the edges.
Yeah, and I think it's a good representation of we're also students in a sense,
Yeah.
right? Like we're teachers talking about the things that we say to our own students is like you should always be a learner in life. And so we even went back and watched some of our stuff, and I was like, ooh, I don't like how this looks, or like, why don't we change this? So I think we're just trying to be authentic, like he said, like be models to even our students that might see this, that like we're doing something totally new out of our comfort zone, but like we're going to learn and we're going to adjust.
With that being said, we hope you enjoy this episode of Homeroom with Mr. and Mrs. James.
Yeah, I want to ask you about Big Boy at practice today with all of the combine stuff. Big Boy that jogged at the end.
Oh, that's what I was going to tell you.
Yeah.
So was that Monday you came to practice and saw him doing the conditioning stuff?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so he had to condition today too. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's because he hasn't passed his conditioning test yet. Like, I'm not sure why he had to do it again, but he was one of the ones. And I walked over to him and I was like, don't you ever do that again.
You did?
Yeah.
Good.
I was like, you run the entire beginning of it. I was like, I don't care if you crawl across this line at the end, but you never sprint across after you literally have
walked the entire thing.
The first couple of laps.
And what did he say?
Like, okay.
Good.
And I mean, he did better. He still didn't pass his test, but
yeah.
I don't think that's the point of the test.
Good job. Way to do that. Good job. Well, this is homeroom, and so I was wondering if you know about how teachers sometimes use attendance questions in their class.
You'll have to explain it. I don't.
So the teacher next door to me, she would always instead of just calling kids names and then saying here, she would call their name, or she would present a question to the kids, but it was a very basic question.
Yeah.
Just easy, low stakes for the most part. Probably as the year go, I'm sure she ranks them up a little bit, and it's just a basic question.
Yeah.
And instead of the kids saying here, they say their response to the question. So it's kind of you get to know them.
So she's still calling their names, and then
she calls their names. So it's Bob, or the question of the day is, what's your favorite food? Bobby, pizza.
Okay. No,
Karen. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I don't do it either, but I heard her doing it, and I thought, that's interesting. I wonder if I should try that. And then I was like, nah.
Yeah, I'm very just give me that here and give it to me
yeah, let's go. Let's.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I saw it once with her, I was like, that could really spiral into if somebody doesn't have management with it.
Yeah.
Because you just get crazy answers then, especially with middle schoolers.
Yeah, and you're it's not a controlled response. By saying their name, it's here, present, a key. You get the
Yeah. Yeah.
But asking a question is well, yesterday.
Yeah, but
pizza.
I feel like it has to be say your one word answer, move on.
Yeah.
I don't know. So it's homeroom, so let's try it. Let's try it.
Give me your question then.
Okay. So our question, since we're technically on summer break right now, we'll say the question is dream vacation location.
We've talked about this. I really want to go.
Well, I got to say your name like the teacher.
Oh, sorry.
It's homeroom.
I'm clearly that teacher.
Yeah, it's homeroom. You didn't follow directions.
Okay,
I'll say your name, and then you have to say mine, though, because we're the two teachers.
Okay, I got it.
Okay. Mike.
Japan.
So technically, I'm not supposed to dive into that more because it's just an attendance thing. I think
this is the thing we're talking about where it kind of gets out of hand.
Yeah, because now I want to know why. Why Japan?
Okay, well, we like you said, we can't.
We'll get better at it. Hopefully, if we keep doing this.
Ready? Allison.
Spain.
See, I think for me, that timing, I'm already calling your name again, and now I'm your.
Yeah, that's true.
In class. Especially for the kids that are present.
Yeah.
That we had a conversation
your
at the
answer.
door.
Yeah.
I said hello. We went on, like, how was football last night?
Well,
like,
maybe this can be our platform to just test it out and see if we can get better at it.
maybe we can.
And then we can like find the holes, and then we can use it in our rooms if we like it.
So now you know that I just kind of like expect a
Yeah, now I understand that you're a
listening.
drill sergeant, and I have to be ready with my answer
This
right
is how
away.
like the middle schoolers, okay, have really made me double down on the whole, like, very tough. Like,
Yeah.
it's the little thing. It's not even that I'm tough. I'm just super passive aggressive with it.
Okay, we'll call it that.
Oh gosh. Well, this is Homeroom. This is Homeroom with Mr. and Mrs. James. If you haven't picked up on it, we are two teachers
That
in one
live
home.
in one home.
Yes, we do. We are a married couple. We've been married for over 10 years.
Goodness gracious. But we've known each other, what, for like 20-ish?
20 years. Yeah.
Wow.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, it has been.
And she's not too sick of me yet?
No, I'm not sick of you yet.
Okay.
I
Which
still
is-
enjoy having conversations with you at the dining room table.
Which is why I got her and convinced her to do a podcast with me, because she's not too sick of me yet. So we
Don't like being on camera, but I'll do it for you to be in conversation with you.
and we're having these conversations anyway. So it like makes what's the difference if
Yeah.
there are like cameras and lights and microphones? Like, we come home and vent and
We do.
talk about all the things that are going on in education and in our classrooms and in school, and so
Yeah.
What's
And
the-
we've talked about how we feel like this is like everybody's doing this, right? Like people are talking, podcast is not like this new thing, and like teachers are talking about their experiences. But I feel like I at least haven't heard of anybody, and like there may be somebody out there, but I haven't heard of any couples that are both teachers, both working education, pretty much on the exact same path as well. Like we've kind of went the same route, we've done the same thing, and like
and at the same school.
and at the same
Like,
schools.
we work feet from one another.
Cue the Halloween music for some teachers. They're like, they never escape each other.
Yes, we literally, our buildings are like
Side
right
by
next
side.
to each other. Like, I don't know if they
Yeah.
did it on purpose, but
They did. I'm sure they
we're
did.
really, really close to one another. But I think something that we always say to people is like, we don't actually see each other.
We
that
don't.
much during
Yeah.
the school day.
Like at lunch is when I'm like excited because I'm like, oh, I'm going to get to see him and see how his
Yeah.
day's going. But then sometimes I'm also like, don't talk to me at lunch. I'm just
And
tired from
you're
the day.
like always running around doing something. So
Yeah.
even if I do see you like on the way to the bathroom or like in the halls or whatever, like you're
Yeah. Or
one
I'm
second
calling him when I'm panicked and I can't fix something with my technology.
And then I get to pop in and you're so frustrated
And
that
I'm
you
so
don't
mad.
want me to be lovey-dovey.
Yeah, I
and, like,
don't. Not at all.
you're
I'm
just
like, don't
"Oh,
touch
thank
me.
you."
Just fix this. And then he fixes it in like two. We're getting sidetracked for sure. These are
is.
all things we can talk about. But again, it's homeroom. This is our home. This is what we just naturally do. But also, I was going to say, like, our perspective is unique too because of us being two teachers in the same home. But also, like, we have our kids who are now at the age where they're getting to experience school in like real school, not like, you know, we've got we're going to have a second grader and a first grader. And then we have a toddler still in daycare, but
in diapers, still figuring the thing out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me, the second grade, it's not the age, it's like the grade. For whatever reason, saying, hey, we have a 7-year-old, like, doesn't panic me.
Yeah,
But
second grade, you're
saying,
like,
yeah, we have a
you're
second
3
grader. It's
more
like,
years away.
oh my,
Yeah.
we're going to be at our school
Yeah.
really, really soon.
I know.
Well, we wanted to spend a little bit of time to talk about us,
Mm-hmm.
talk about how we met, talk about what's your why, because that's the big thing.
Well, that's the back to
among
school.
schools,
Yeah,
right?
it's perfect right now at summer for us. We're getting close to going back, and like that's going to be the question of the pep rallies that we go to and the PDs. Like
the back to school
Why are we-
teacher
Yeah.
meetings that everyone's kind of excited to be in, but we really just want to go to our classrooms and work on
yes,
stuff.
you're excited to see the people. Like you're excited to see
Yeah.
everybody and catch up and like how's everybody's summer been. But like, let me get to my room.
That's all that's on all the teachers' minds.
Yeah.
And I feel like even the administrators are like, let me get back to my office.
Yeah, totally.
But we gotta check these boxes. Obviously.
Yes.
So a little bit about us. This is our 10th year in teaching.
Mm-hmm.
We're going into our 10th year in education.
Well, why don't you tell them like why you even made your way into, or do you want me to tell mine
I think
first?
you start because like mine's not as happy
Okay.
and like yay.
And it kind of makes
passion,
sense as to why you ended up in education, I guess.
100%.
Okay, so like the quickest, because again, we want to share with you guys a lot, but also like this is just a time for like a little briefing, basically. So I grew up with a mom who was in education, and so I just kind of like always saw that she was a kindergarten teacher, so I always got to see her doing work at home and going to her classroom over the summer and like doing all that. And I think I just put in my brain, like, I'm going to be a teacher one day. I think because my mom did it, and I love my mom, obviously, or love my mom. She is still with us, so I love my mom.
Thank you.
But yeah, so then I went to school, went to college in Mississippi at the University of Mississippi. And I mean, that's got a lot of story to it as well to explain why I went there.
You can tell the people why. Like, it's important to who you are as a person, and we'll get into that, I'm sure, at some point. Go ahead and give them a little teaser.
So I was brainwashed from a young age to play softball for my life, basically my life's work as a youth. I didn't have any other jobs. I had softball. I ended up at the University of Mississippi. I went there technically because I got a softball scholarship.
So there's no technicality, okay? You earned that bad boy.
I did earn it, but I went there just for softball.
Yeah,
Let's be honest. Sure. I didn't go there for school.
Yeah.
I was there to be an athlete in my mind. So by the time I graduated, it was like, what do I do with a liberal studies degree and an English minor and a Parks and Recreation minor and something else that I don't even know anymore because it didn't.
Psychology?
I think it was psychology, yeah.
It was one of the ologies.
Yes, psychology. I couldn't do sociology. It was too hard. So psychology. And yeah, we moved back to California, where we're from, and I just never really got the ball rolling on getting my credential. Was coaching and working at like a gym part-time, and then my best friend from Mississippi reached out to me, and she was like, hey, I know you've mentioned that you'd be interested in teaching, or that's kind of what you wanted to do. The school here, our alma mater, is having a master's program where it's an alternative route, to those of you that know the teacher lingo. And so I went that route, and then we were teaching in Mississippi for 5 years.
Yeah.
So that kind of leads then into like how you got into education, or why you got it. Why you got in.
No, 100%. Not by choice. Now I'm kind of like forced into education. No, and I joke about it, but like it's true. I didn't have what you had.
Yeah.
Teaching and education was nowhere on my radar. I feel like the typical young boy. It's like, I want to be a firefighter. I want to be a police officer. Like all those things. And
you wanted to be a superhero.
I did legitimately want to be a superhero and thought that was my career path. And I think I just missed my calling, if we're being super honest. But I went to Memphis because we met in high school, which I'm sure we'll get to tell that story here soon. And honestly, just was madly in love with you and just wanted to be super, super close. And my mother was like, you're not going to the same school as her. Yeah. And so I picked one sneakily, like as close as possible. I'm going to be honest, I spent a lot of time searching, like what was the closest school. It was like Mississippi State, Southern Miss.
But still safe enough distance
LSU,
for your mom to probably be like...
To have no clue geographically.
Not any idea. Yeah, that's where you were really clever, because had you picked a school that said Mississippi, she would have been like, no, you're not doing that. But because it was Memphis and it was in Tennessee, your mom had no connection,
Not a clue. Literally was 70 minutes away from her. Like, you could not get any closer. So it was perfect. And I always wanted to go away anyways, so I think that kind of helped in that situation.
I did crush his dream not going to Oregon, though, so...
I did want to go to Oregon.
Yeah.
And I think that would have been a blast for the both of us, but that's maybe another lifetime. That's
and another story.
Yeah. Way too much fun. We weren't ready for that. But I got a degree in criminal justice and criminology and literally was like, hey, I'm going into the FBI. You can ask any of my family. They were like, Mike's going to be in the FBI. Like, that was my goal. And when we started wrapping up college... And I started like looking up FBI stuff. We had a couple of conversations and we were like, hey, the FBI is going to send me to a 6-month academy. After that, by the way, it's in Virginia.
Oh, I remember
And
that now.
after that, they're going to put us anywhere in the country.
I forgot about that.
Are you down? And do you remember what you said?
Probably something that I shouldn't say again.
You were like, I'm not moving to Virginia and I'm not living anywhere in the country. And so my FBI dreams came tumbling down, which in all reality, like that would have been a lot, an interesting lifestyle for us. And I just don't think we were those people to kind of be moving.
Our relationship probably could not have withstand as well. We could have, but it would have been really strenuous on us, I think.
It would have been a lot. Like young married people, never together, moving all over the place. It would have been possible, but I think it would have been really, really hard.
Yeah.
And so we came home, like you said. I got into law enforcement. I loved every second of it. And you hated every second of it. And so when we moved to Mississippi and I did not find anything in law enforcement, honestly, I just was like, I need a job. I worked at Chick-fil-A in the local city we were living in, and I think I did it for 3 or 4 months, and it was awful. I love Chick-fil-A. That had been the second time that I had worked for a Chick-fil-A in my short life, and I love the company. I think it's a great company to work for. I just could not do it. Like leaving a full-time career path to go work at Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, you had already stepped over that stepping stone, and it was too hard to go keep going back.
I was super past that for me.
And not that there's seasons where you can't go and do that. Like people do that all the time. 100%. But at that moment, you just were like, this is not for me.
For me at that time, I was done.
Yeah.
To work with college kids who were like talking crazy and did not care about the company and were literally there to make a penny in Mississippi, literally a penny from Chick-fil-A. I just was like, I'm not cool. I'm not cool with this. So I left and I started subbing as soon as the school year started. Where? The same school my wife was at.
Same school.
The same school her best friend was at. And we literally carpooled every single day to that school. I think school started in August. I started subbing in September. By October, I was a long-term sub.
Yeah.
And for some wild reasons that we can get into on another episode, like I got into a classroom very, very early, but I spent a month and a half subbing in classrooms where kids absolutely hated me and my existence.
You were op number one.
100%, because I made them work. I just was like, we're in school, this is what we're here for.
Yeah.
So long story short, like I encouraged her to apply to this master's program. I applied with her. I didn't get in because I didn't have enough credits. And so over the summer while I was working at Chick-fil-A, I went and got my credits that I needed to teach history and qualify for this program. And I qualified and I got in and I loved it. I think it's a great program. We'd recommend it to anyone.
Yeah, for sure. Still going strong.
It's still going strong to this day. So let us know if that's something you're interested in. We'll happily put it in the comments.
They still need teachers.
They would love to have you. And we got in the same school, full contracts, teaching together. And it was great. And we taught in Mississippi for 5 years, like you said.
So I guess our why, though, like after that standpoint, was that I think we genuinely found a love for like building like teacher-student rapport and relationships in what we were doing. So we kind of got the best of both worlds where like law enforcement, you're not necessarily always thinking about like, oh, the relationship and the connection I can make, but you are a people person. And so you do like getting to know people and understanding them, where I don't necessarily think I'm like that much of a people person like you are, but I like kids and I wanted to invest in kids and like see where their future was going to take them and help guide them and give them little nuggets that hopefully would inspire them one day. So I think that like became our actual why. Yeah. Like once we figured out like, oh, this is probably where we're going to like be career wise.
I say it and people like kind of think about it. The fields are close in terms of the why.
Yeah.
Like as a law enforcement officer, you're there to protect and serve, and you're there because you want to help people. It's like as a teacher, you're there because you want to help people. Like justice is important to you, equality is important, and all of those things that I had as a law enforcement officer were easy to transfer over to being an educator. And so it's like my why ended up being the same that it was in law enforcement. I just wasn't dealing with little criminals.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever like voiced it that way before, but I feel like us just sitting here talking about it and like me thinking it all back, it's like that really does make sense. Yeah. That like you ended up enjoying this. And I wouldn't say if you had an opportunity to go back into law enforcement, you might take it, but like you might hesitate a little bit now because you might think about the kids that like you're not going to see anymore. You're not going to get those like like we're sports junkies. Like we like going to the kids' games if they invite us out, you know, then we meet parents that way and we get to kind of like vicariously live through them a little bit and our kids get to go, and then it's like a blessing to our kids because they get to, you know, have this role model that they look up to and they're like, oh, they're the big kid playing the sports. And it's not even just sports. Like we like going to the choir shows, we go to the drama shows if we can. Like we just like being invested, I guess, in kids that way, which is something oddly enough talking with my mom about, but because she taught kindergartners, she always was like, ugh, like that's extra though, outside of work. Why would you want to do that? Well, yeah, that was just like a, quick little like synopsis, I guess, of kind of why we're doing this or why we're in education. But
Yeah. What do you hope to get out of this podcasting experience?
I think like we said at the beginning, it's just we feel like we have a different point of view and perspective because, again, we're not oblivious to the fact that there are other teachers that have podcasts that are talking and sharing, and I love following those ones. They are hilarious. That's especially
my whole TikTok.
Yes, my feed.
Teacher TikTok.
And I love it because it gets me through those days. But I think this one for us, and it's just a chance for people to hear what happens like outside of the classroom also, and like for two people that are doing the exact same thing at the exact same location and at school, with intermingling with the same group of kids and sometimes sharing students because they have both of us on their schedule, and then just like coming home at the end of the day to our own kids and just getting to talk and vent at the dining table like this. And I think it's not like super glamorous or anything, but I think that's what actually makes homeroom is like,
it's us.
It's
Sometimes
just us.
You'll see dishes on the back.
Yeah.
And our kitchen's a mess. And like our table has food scraps from our children or like
Yeah.
homework that were great. Like it's us. Like
Yeah.
you said, it's 100% authentically who we are. And I think I'm looking forward to the opportunity to like re-engage with students that we've had because for 10 years, like you have a lot of kids, especially in California where we try and cram kids into the classroom.
Yeah, for sure.
Like we have touched the lives and affected the lives of a lot of students over the years. And so I'm interested to engage and re-engage with them.
Or even past colleagues too. Like we kind of stay in touch with some of them, but not as much with everybody. And so if they were to happen to see this, like it'd be cool for them to kind of reach out and be like, oh, I remember that story, or I remember that kid, or, then that one-on-one connection that way. But also just like a chance for maybe even to open the door, just because I, naively am saying, I don't know of any other people that are doing a podcast and sharing these things in the same walk that we're walking. Yeah. And that's probably not true. So like, that'd be cool too. If like those people find us somehow, some way, and then they connect with us and like, oh man, I'm living the same life and we're doing this. And I don't know, just community. Like I think we're at a stage in our life where community is important to us too. And even though, like I said at the beginning, I don't like being in front of the camera very much, but I do like getting to hear different people's
I'd love to have other perspectives, like we said, like jump on the pod, whether it's 5 minutes, and like we're just connecting from people around the country, around the world, just talking about teaching, talking about living in the home as a teacher, or even like we said, like if there are people out there who are married couples working at schools or both teachers, you don't even have to be at the same school. It'd be fun to have interactions with those people and see what their stories are like too.
Yeah, and like what's that like when you just had a fight the night before and like you got to go to work together?
We've been there.
We have,
but that's
that's the raw truth.
A whole different episode.
And that's what the truth of this is. Like again, it's homeroom, and our school doesn't specifically do a homeroom that we're at right now. But I think there are maybe still some schools out there that are doing that, and I don't know. I've never actually taught a homeroom at any of the schools we've been at, but I feel like there's got to be this like cohesive unit that you just know those are the people you're going to go to. And even if it's only for 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes, like those are the people that you maybe get to kind of like do little bonding connections. And so
that you're most comfortable with.
Yeah, because you see them on a regular and you're maybe most engaged talking with them. That's not curriculum based, I would assume. Again, this is me who has never had a homeroom like that. But yeah, I guess that's kind of where this name came from, is we were just kind of throwing some around and thinking like we wanted this idea of like Mr. and Mrs. James, like the two of us, so it showed that we're both teachers, but also the fact that like this is our home and we're like inviting people in to get to kind of sit at the dining table with us and share stories with us.
100%. Well, thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you like and subscribe. Leave us, honestly, we're really here for the comments. Like in our TikTok For You pages, we're like the best things happen in the comments.
Yeah.
So leave us comments. We'll scroll through them. We'd love to interact with you in any way that we can. Reach out to us. It's super simple. Homeroom with Mr. and Mrs. James on TikTok, on X, on Facebook and Instagram. And where all your podcasts can be listened to and viewed. We're even on YouTube. So check us out. Reach out if you have anything that you like, didn't like.
Or anything you want to hear, like specifically from our perspective would be cool.
Yeah, 100%.
All right. Well,
thanks for coming to Homeroom.
love you.
Love you.